in what sense reason can be equated with necessary knowledge or self-evident knowledge. And I said, among other things, that we can think of it as the basic either innate knowledge, which is necessary for the operation of reason in the first place, that is the knowledge of the first principles or the fundamental principles on which reason is based, or the operation of reason is based, for example the law of non-contradiction, etc. Or we can consider it as the basic structure of our mind, which is needed for the operation of reason in the first place. So we that was our justification. So in that sense, one could say that reason is necessary knowledge. But firstly, you can't say that reason is only necessary knowledge, because reason, even if it is necessary knowledge, that doesn't exhaust reason, because reason build on that necessary knowledge to do some other activities which is important, which is, generally speaking, as Zabedi in his commentary attribute this to Imam al-Haramain actually. So there are two types of from Imam al-Haramain. They have quoted the critique of this conception of reason, but also other quotes which actually agree with this. And among other things, reason is a faculty through which we seek necessary knowledge, and this necessary knowledge, according to this explanation, would be on top of that necessary knowledge which is constitutive of reason, and then based on that we develop theoretical knowledge or inferential knowledge or mediated knowledge. So reason is an instrument for this knowledge, or instrument or a power or faculty through which we are able to seek or able to acquire necessary knowledge as well as mediated knowledge or inferential knowledge. But beyond this justification, it has to be said that we shouldn't equate knowledge with reason, because reason is the instrument through which we acquire knowledge. Reason itself is not a knowledge. So those who equate reason with knowledge, they sort of don't differentiate enough between instrument, process, and the product. So knowledge is the product, and reason is the instrument, and reasoning is the process. So we have to differentiate between these three things. So that's why Imam Ghazali said that those who have criticized Imam Hasbi's definition are not fair to him, because they haven't understood his definition properly. If they had understood it, how can somebody deny that reason is an instrument of knowledge, and how can somebody deny that reasoning is different from reason and knowledge is different from reasoning and reason? So those who are denying this definition, they are not differentiating between reason, reasoning, and knowledge, because reason is the instrument or faculty, and this is the process, and this is the product. So reason provides us with necessary knowledge and theoretical knowledge. But obviously Imam Hasbi is not claiming this, and Imam Ghazali is not claiming this, and it will become clear, and none of Asharis claim that reason is sufficient for all types of knowledge. What they're saying is reason is necessary and sufficient for certain types of knowledge, and for other type of knowledge, reason might be necessary but not sufficient, for example. And there might be other types of knowledge for which reason is neither necessary nor sufficient. So here are three things. So first we need to differentiate between so there are a few things. First we need to differentiate between reason, reasoning, and knowledge. Second, we need to say that through reason we acquire necessary knowledge as well as theoretical knowledge, or at least some of it. Number three, reason is necessary and sufficient for certain type of knowledge. Then reason is necessary but not sufficient for certain other type of knowledge. And then there might be knowledge for which reason is neither necessary nor sufficient, And we can come up with some other distinction as well. So these are some of the distinctions which should be remembered, and if you remember these, then you won't criticize Imam Hasbi's definition. It's a straightforward definition of the function of reason as a thing of this world which is created by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And those powers are not intrinsic to reason. Obviously they have been put in there by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He creates them, whether he creates them every moment or he creates them, you know, on a long-term basis, that's up to him. And in any way he creates them, you know, he sustains them as well, because without his will nothing can remain even an iota of a second. But that's not even a debate. I mean, that's not even debatable. So ولم ينصف من أنكر هذا ورد العقل إلى مجرد العلوم الضرورية، فإن الغافل عن العلوم والنائم يسميان عاقلين باعتبار